Are you still mad? In Ephesians chapter 4, around verse 26 and 27, Paul makes it clear that we shouldn't let the sun go down while we're still angry. Listen, when I talk about anger, this one always gets the emotions of people agitated. So let me just say at the very beginning, anger is definitely an appropriate emotion for a Christian to have at times. Think about it. There are some things that happen to us in this world that are so messed up that the only appropriate emotion to have when it occurs is anger. And also, don't get me wrong, God does not have a problem with you being angry. In fact, even God himself gets angry sometimes because there are situations that call for anger. But he's been very clear with us about two things. Number one, when you're mad, you never have the right to do the wrong thing. In other words, I can't lash out at somebody in my anger and cause myself to be in sin. That's completely wrong. But the other point that Paul is making here, and I think it's an important one, is that when I am angry, Paul calls for us to deal with our anger quickly. That's why he said, don't let the sun go down while you're still mad. Now, let me tell you why that makes sense for a Christian. Anger, when it's left alone, doesn't just stay anger. Anger can turn into something that's called rage. Now, I don't know how long it takes anger to become rage, but one thing I do know, once you get to rage, rage will transform into violence very quickly. And Paul understood that. And that's why he was saying that while you're still in the anger stage, deal with your anger. Because when we get to rage, normally we don't want to hear anything that anybody has to say. For whoever this message is for, if you find that you're still angry, go to God and have him help you with whatever it is that you're upset about. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy to get over it, but I am saying that there's a God that's capable of helping you move past what you're angry about so that you can find that peace that he also talks about in his word.